we will be consulting on two agencies, Sonny's and Nelson. Is Nelson even in here right now? I don't think Nelson's
No,
here.
he's not even it.
Well, if he's not here, we'll have to tax the spot. So yeah, I guess we'll start with Sonny and Eunice's agency as such. Essentially, what me and Dan want to do, and I'm not going to lie to you, we completely stole this off Alex Hormozy. His
Big
YouTube
up,
video is so good. But essentially, just want to go through your agency, looking at the outreach, the sales process, the fulfillment, looking at other things as well, looking at the progress, and seeing how we can help. Now, obviously, I appreciate we're not all six-figure businesses, so we won't have the data and analytics as such, but we can still get a very good understanding. Now, that reminds me just quickly before we actually get into it. One thing I will say is even from the get-go, I promise you, tracking data and analytics is one of the most important things you can do because that will show you where the bottlenecks are rather than you having to guess where the bottlenecks are. So if you aren't already, please start tracking your data, start creating some spreadsheets, track everything. If you run ads, customer acquisition costs, return on ad spends, LTV, etc., etc. But it's nice to see that Nelson has actually joined the company, so I guess he'll get to keep his spot for the day. But yeah, Sonny. So I guess, do you want to start off by giving us an introduction in terms of your service, your niche, and a little brief introduction about how it's going so everyone else can hear it?
Yeah, so pretty much started off when I first joined CCN, it was like solo businesses and it was mainly going to be like Facebook ads and stuff, which it still is. But then I kind of changed niche a couple of months ago into like more cleaning, and then tried and tested a few things, and then like over the last month or so, pretty much me and Eunice are like gone full time with it. So we've like found the sweet spot in terms of like the delivery and stuff. So we've niched it like right down, and we've just been getting good results and pretty much just like rinsing and repeating of it really. And yeah, just seeing good traction from it. Just being able to put all my time and energy into it really.
Beautiful. So what we'll do then is we'll do it systematically. We'll start by looking at your offer and what price points you're charging at, exactly what are you offering for that service. Then we'll look at the outreach side of things, the sales process. I don't know if you have any data like sales calls, how many showed up, things like that.
Yeah, I do, mate.
My guy, beautiful. That's what we looked here. And then we'll look at the fulfillment side of things. I know it's obviously realistically the only last 2 months where things have started picking up, but looking at things like anyone stayed on for retainers, etc. Cool. So let's start looking at offers. So obviously we're targeting cleaning businesses. Now, is there a specific ICP that you're targeting within cleaning? So for example, how much monthly revenue you're making or anything like that?
Yeah, so at the moment, Eunice will say the same thing. We've had a few like people coming through the funnel that just aren't making. I don't know if anyone's echoing or not, but yeah. So we've had a few people come through the funnel who are like just don't have enough money. So we've like narrowed it right down. It's exterior cleaning businesses, mainly people who do roof cleaning, and then over like 10K a month. Like the sweet spot for us at the moment.
Okay, fantastic. So businesses don't overcare, and I like you've chose exterior cleaning there. So I'm guessing that's where you've seen that exterior is probably a little bit high ticket than interior. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the roof cleaning jobs are like £1,000 each, really.
Cool.
That's normally how much they are. So
Beautiful, beautiful. And you're running meta ads for these guys to help them get into business.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Fantastic. So I remember speaking to Sonny about 6-7 weeks ago now, just to give you guys context. And he had a client, and he was trying to sell a $25 cleaning service through ads. And I said, bro, like it's going to be very hard to get the guy profitable. And obviously, he will have like a recurring element to that, right? It's not like he cleans it in an office once, but still, it's so small ticket that low ticket, sorry, that it's very hard to actually your client gas to the point where they want to keep on working with you. And that's the beauty of higher ticket niches. So if you guys aren't already in one, make sure that you are in a high ticket niche like exterior cleaning, for example. Beautiful. And the beauty of cleaning is what? If you take you out of the equation, what's the beauty of cleaning?
Well, in terms of what? In terms of like being able to scale it or what?
I think it's high profit margin, surely, right? Like, what is it that they have to? Do you know,
Yeah,
like, what?
it is with like roof cleaning. Yeah.
Yeah. So that means, what does that mean to someone else inside the group as Sunny as an ads agency? Leo.
I don't have to make very much to break even.
Doesn't have to, yeah, and also it means he has more room to play with the ads in order to actually still be profitable for his client whilst actually running the ads rather than like £10 margin. That's the problem. When he had the £25 ticket client or $25 client, within 2 days, the guy's already in a negative. So it's really, really shit. But yeah, so that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Cool. So you found a nice niche there, and I'm going on.
So I was just gonna say, can you pull up the data so we can see it?
Yeah.
Like, in terms of the shop rate, leads, that type of thing.
Oh, this is where I'm gonna get fucking rinsed, mate. Yeah, so give me 1 sec, boys.
So good. But whilst Sonny does that, I was going to say one of the beautiful things about what Sonny's doing at the moment, and I think the real reason why it's picked up so much is, put your hand up if you know someone else doing exterior cleaning, because I don't. So it's nice that he's chosen niche that not many people talk about. Seb, you got a question, I see.
No, I'm just saying you guys need to get out to Mexico. You're right Thursday.
I was thinking, why is it so light outside? But have fun, man.
Say hello to El Chapo for us, man.
What?
No?
No, I can't hear the latest. I got nothing to you.
It says say hello to El Chapo. Wow.
Okay.
Wow. This is what I love to see. Random.
Some of the, I'm gonna be honest there, though. Some of the data on this is probably a bit dated. Like,
You ruined it.
Yeah, that's my bad, mate.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
Obviously, the main thing you can see though, like, obviously we've made a decent bit of cash, right? I don't think this is updated properly, but in terms of like the show up rating out, you can see it's a bit washed.
Yeah.
So I was going to say the first problem there is the fact that it's not updated properly. So you wanted us to be honest with you.
Yeah.
We'll go into this properly, but I was going to say always make sure you update these tracking sheets because it is so fucking important. You do not understand.
Honestly, it just saves you so much time thinking. Like if all the numbers are there and you can see everything, cool. Like your decision's made within 1 second. Oh, there's clearly a short rate problem or close rate problem or whatever. Cool. So, do you think we should buff these numbers or not really?
Well, no. What I'm saying is, you see, like for example, all these weeks, like all those numbers are right, but what I'm saying is like
you haven't done it after.
For example, I haven't like updated it for last week, or I haven't got data for like this week. If you know what I mean. That's
not a problem. Okay. Right. So show rate, we've got 34. Total calls booked in. So your volume of calls is fucking insane. Fucking insane. In fact, based on like your show rate and things like this, I'm guessing a lot, and based on your close rate as well, I'm guessing a lot of those calls are unqualified calls. Would you agree with that or not?
Yeah, a few of them. Then yeah.
A few of them, or like how many roughly? If you had to say a percentage.
Can I show you my calendar for this week and then like run you through?
Yeah. Sure.
That'll probably be a lot easier.
So while Sonny's getting out, guys, one of the reasons why I bring this up is usually people like to think, oh, more calls means like, oh, obviously more chances, and that is right. But also at the same time, it could actually like negatively impact you because if you're getting on so many calls with unqualified people, well, then it's just a waste of time at that point. So we need to find like a middle ground where there's not too little calls or too many calls. We need to be like an average amount of calls, but we're happy with the quality of the leads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
how much are you spending a day?
One ads. So you see there's loads of different colours in that. These aren't all like sales calls, for example.
Mm-hmm.
If you know what I mean. So for example, like that just means like call someone back, for example.
I see green means birthday as well, bottom left, doesn't it? What's that?
Well, green's actually for onboarding, mate, to be honest.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Wait,
which one's sales call? Sorry, bro.
So for example, that's a sales call there. That's a sales call there. Those ones both cancelled. That's a no-show. That's a no-show, and that's a no-show. That's a no-show.
Yeah.
That was a no-show. That guy showed up. That guy showed up. That guy didn't. And then what we got here? That was.
You got good memory. You've got really, really good memory.
That was a no-show. That was a no-show. That was a show up. That was a no-show. That was a no-show. That was a no-show.
That sounds like you got Tourette's.
Daniel Malone.
Right. So.
Yeah,
So.
No show.
One of the things I was going to say is, and even to this day, I still sometimes make this mistake, especially when you first start out. I get it. You want to try and aim for the lowest cost per lead. And I think one of the biggest reasons a lot of people do that when they first start out with an inbound system is because they don't have that much money to play with in a way. They want to see some sort of like, I guess, proof of concept and results. And they think if I'm getting like even an £8 or £10 cost per lead and seeing results coming in, I'm thinking, okay, well, at least it's working. Maybe I've not closed someone yet, but at least it's working. When actually, if I said to you guys right now, oh, would you rather pay £20 for a call with a shit lead, or maybe even £80 for a super qualified lead? Every single person here would say you'd rather pay 80 quid, right? So I get it at the beginning, but now suddenly you have a little bit of cash to play with, and I'm sure it's not like mass thousands of thousands, but because you have a little bit of cash to play with, one of the things I definitely recommend is increasing your qualification so much more with your inbound system. Now, to put it into perspective, and this quote is going to sound so fucking obvious, but your funnel brings in your leads, right? So what I mean by that is if you're running like instant formats, for example, it is going to be lower quality leads. It's going to be guys on autofill. It takes them 2 seconds to come in. But if you then transition, and by the way, you've got some case studies now, which is brilliant. Well, maybe if we start like going to like a VSL and a landing page where there is a VSL of you guys explaining what you do, and then you've got the social proof underneath with a headline which has an offer of we will achieve X in Y amount of time, and then yes, you're going to get less leads. Yes, the cost per lead is going to go up, but your cost per qualified lead is probably going to go down. And also, you know that every single call that's going to be in your direct sales call is going to be a qualified lead. And that means your show up rate is going to fucking increase as well. Because right now, it seems like you can sit down at your desk 3, 4, 5 times a day for no reason. And that's like one of the worst things you can do. Everyone knows like when you have a sales call and it's a no-show, you sit down, you've stopped whatever you were doing previously, and then you wait for 5-10 minutes hoping that they show up, and then you go back. It's wasted 20 minutes. So that's why I think one of the things you really focus on now, you have a little bit of money to play with, is just trying to get more qualified leads, bro, and just trying to improve the qualification of your funnel. And I would honestly, and this is one of the biggest mistakes we made, and I'm telling all of you guys this, if you guys have case studies and you have social proof, you want to make that transition to a landing page quicker rather than later. And I promise you that. But Jack, I see you got a question, bro.
I was just going to ask, do you have appointment reminders set up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Do they have to confirm?
Yeah. Well, they it's like an SMS thing. I think it's similar to what you got, Jack. I'm pretty sure it might have even been you that showed me it. So they have to like reply yes, like an hour before through SMS, and
not instantly. Or
what do you mean?
Like, so the instant message like we have, like, because at the minute we've got our shot rate to 80% through doing this. We took it was like 50-60%, and now it's like just under 80%. And it's first message that says, please reply confirm to secure your spot. If you do not reply confirm, we'll assume you're unable to attend and the meeting will not proceed. And since doing that, intent's gone through the roof and shot rate's a lot higher. So it's had 2 impacts.
Yeah, nice.
Also, one of the things that could potentially happen, I don't know if you're doing it for Go High Level or Calendar. This happened to us previously. We had all the reminders set up, but they weren't even sending. I don't know why it was the case, but sometimes that can happen. So make sure you have a look at that. But go on, Jack.
I was going to say, so we had the same problem and it's been fucking up, but Go High Level's recently updated something. If you're doing appointment reminders through Go High Level, when you set up to the calendar, you need to make sure the status is confirmed. Because from Go High Level's perspective, even if that appointment isn't confirmed, as soon as it's booked, they classify that as a confirmed meeting. Because otherwise, when you cancel it, it will then send them a message again for the instant reminder.
Beautiful. There you go, boys. Cool. So we are gonna now. One of the other things we want to talk about, Sonny, is how much you're charging.
Well, so keep increasing the price, right? For example, we sold a 550 retainer earlier, so next one we're going to up it to like 650, and then just keep upping it.
But what do they get for that 650?
So pretty much what we do is a bit different to what other people do, I think. So we obviously run all the ads for them, bring in the leads. That bit's like piss easy because it's just like copy and paste.
Yeah.
And then we can pretty much deliver for anyone, which is good. And then obviously bring in all the leads in from, and then pretty much we call them for the client so we can like pre-qualify it and stuff.
Yeah.
And then we pretty much like give them the ready to quote jobs, if you know what I mean. So some people like quote it off Google Maps and stuff, and then some people will like book them for appointments and that sort of thing. So that was becoming a bit of a bottleneck. So we've just got an SDR as well to
Cool.
start doing that.
Let me push there for a second. If I said to you, and let's say I'm a cleaning company, and I said, what's your offer? What would you say your offer is to me? And how much? So I want you to explain what is it that you do and how much is it?
So we provide pre-qualified and exclusive leads for you, and pretty much booked in straight into your calendar, ready to quote jobs.
Perfect. And how much is that?
$650 a month plus the ad spend.
Perfect. You have done a mistake, which I'm so happy about because it's going to help you so fucking much. So and I think I spoke about this last week, the biggest, most common mistake every single person makes is that when they're on a demo call or a sales call or whatever, they talk too much about what it is they're doing. We don't want to talk about that. We want to talk about the benefits, the sales, right? It's classic sales. We sell the destination, not the travel. So you need to create an actual offer. We help exterior cleaners achieve X amount of revenue in Y amount of days, something along those lines. And that is a lot more appealing to people rather than you saying we run ads and we do the systems, etc. To an extent, they actually don't give a shit. And most of them don't, especially like local businesses. They really don't. So what you need to do is you need to start talking more about the benefits. And when it comes to like an actual offer, that is the sale. On an appointment setting call, for example, you're not talking about, you're not like giving them snippets of setting up the automations and things like that. You are selling the offer. Okay. So look, what we normally do with exterior cleaning companies is we work with them to achieve X amount of revenue in X Y amount of days. Basically, something along them lines. Now, what those numbers are, that's up to you, and based on your experience over the last few months, understanding the market, seeing how much revenue you can generate, etc. If I said to you, your best client at the moment, how much revenue have you generated?
At the moment, it's been one of the most recent ones. Actually, no, that's not true. The best one who's made like $2.5, $3 grand.
Cool. And how much has he paid in total to you?
Well, fucking not enough at the start. And he's paid us 300 quid.
Cool. And how much spend?
Say again.
How much had spend?
Like 300. So it's
fantastic.
Silly return.
Yeah. So £3 grand, £600, 5 times return on ad spend. So he generated that's what you've done for him. You generated 5 times return on ad spend. So maybe that is your offer. We will generate your 5 times return on ad spend within 60 days, something like that. And technically, return on ad spend wise is 10 times. It's not 5 times. It's 10 times because for £300 to use, not
exactly.
But that's good, and that's a retainer, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but obviously he's getting upsold this month. So like,
good man. That's what we like to hear.
Higher return.
What we'll do, because I'm gonna have to rush a bit because we've got 8 minutes left. So we understand your offer. Hopefully we'll improve that a little bit. Definitely qualification with the inbound system. Now, are you doing any other methods of outreach?
Yeah, we obviously do a bit of cold calling when we haven't got enough calls in the diary. Do you know what I mean? And then we've got that's probably the main. Do you know what we've been doing a lot, very well recently? Is like organic content through like Instagram and stuff.
Nice.
And a lot of people from where I live have been messaging us as well, like asking for fucking leads and all sorts.
Beautiful. So, has anything converted from that?
Yeah, we've got a deal on Saturday night with I think I told you guys about this, didn't I? Like a month ago. It's like that gypsy bloke who pretty much voice noted me. Yeah, he just called me up on Saturday night. He's like, "Yeah, man, I'm ready to rumble," and then he just sent me the money like that. And then, yeah.
Beautiful. That's
so.
You're sorry, bro. I didn't even see your hand until now.
That's right, mate. Just a quick question for Sonny. If you're getting your clients, say, 5x ROAS, I know that's one example. You said you're increasing your clients' retainers by 100 quid every new client. Why don't you try a bit steeper with that? Is there any reason for why you're only upping it 100 quid? Could you not try double it, for example?
Probably just mindset, to be honest.
Yeah, it is mindset. It is always mindset, Jack.
No.
I was going to say one thing there as well. Like you can always say that you work on a sliding scale, so you just charge £1 to £1 for every like pound spent on ads. Like that's essentially how we do it. And then like so every single month, all of our clients, because they make money with us, they go up in value as well. So like that's something you could pre-sell on, because then at the minute, if you've done a 5x ROI out of £600, and then you say, look, next month, so, and then you can say, look, we need to double this because it's working absolutely amazingly now. And then you've doubled your retainer, and then they've doubled the ad spend. So then essentially on that basis, they're going to like 5x ROI their money again, or probably 4.5 or 4x realistically.
Yeah, that's the go on as you were.
That is a good way. That's definitely a good way of doing it. I think.
I was just going to say, like, with what we do at the moment, it's kind of like, you know, our retainers more than what the ad spend is, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. That don't matter too much because it will be at the beginning, bro. With these companies that can only spend £300-400 on that, well, realistically, you want to try charge more than that. So that's not too bad at the beginning. That's normal. But what I will say is this: do you think he could scale his ads?
Like, he's looking to scale his ads, so obviously he's scaling the retainer as well.
So the reason why I say that, and like a lot of people don't realize this because up until like you actually have the numbers in front of you. If I said 5 times written, 10 times return on ad spend for £300 is £3,000, right? But 10 times return on ad spend from £1,000 is 10 grand. So that's 9 grand profit. As an example, obviously he's got costs, right? But from the ads, it's 9 grand. From the ads from £300 to 3,000, it's only 2,700. Does that make sense? And obviously, by the way, and I'm sure all you guys know this, but when you scale ads, your return on ad spend will naturally decrease. That's normal. But it's then a trade-off, right? Is it going to decrease to the point where he makes less than £2,700? No. Does that make sense? So your goal, and to be honest, maybe you should have done this after you realize he's made £3,000, is to try and get him to scale his ad spend a lot quicker. Because the more money you obviously generate him, it means the more he can charge you as well.
He's already asking for he's already got another campaign live for this month, and then he already knows that he's kind of getting upsold onto a higher retainer because he did mention it the other day. He's like, "You're going to put me on the dearer package or what?" Yeah, of course, mate.
Beautiful. That's what we love to hear. Great stuff. Now, talk about upsells. What upsells do you have?
What is in what episodes? I haven't done loads of them, to be honest. But obviously, you know, if the results are going good, then yeah, you can, like you said, scale the ad spend, scale the retainer, and then other stuff as well, like websites and all sorts.
Yeah. What? Be more specific than that.
How do you know?
Like, if you got a client that's on board for the ad side of things, what else could you potentially sell them, or are you selling them, or you're not selling anything? I know it's still a little bit early days, bro, but what else could you do? Or are you doing, or have you tried?
That's what I'm saying. I haven't done many upsells, so it's quite hard for me to comment on.
So I guess before I answer Jake's question, or before I let Jake speak, I was going to say, bro, look, there's another thing. 100%, you need to start thinking about the upsells today. Even if you can't implement it straight away, bro, you need to start thinking about the upsells, and you need to start getting things prepared, whether it's selling infrastructure, right? Like automation systems with a high one-ticket fee at the beginning, and then a small retainer moving forward, a website or whatever. There are so many things that you could do. And again, I say this every fucking time I'm on these live calls to everyone in here. You guys are in a network with people with different expertise. You have Max. Max has literally spent £5 million on Google Ads, for example, and I bet not many people know that, right? So if you can upsell someone, speak to the guys inside the group. Either get them to help you in from a learning perspective, or get them to actually do the service. There's 100% so many different things that you can think about, but I'd 100% start thinking about the upsells. But Jake, I know you're gonna say something.
I was just going to say for Sonny, bro, in terms of, higher retainers and offers, I've just had a thought. If you bundled in, doing a landing page for them with, your ad spend, just literally charge them 1,000, 2,000 set up for a landing page as well, bro. Just chuck it in there and bundle it.
Yeah.
Extra value.
100%.
I was just going to say something. I kind of just rejoined the call and I heard a little bit about that. One thing that I think works really, really well is creating, it's kind of like a mind map, right? And I don't like doing NGMI stuff, right? As in just spending time on useless stuff, but do a mind map of all of the different things that you could offer to your ICP, right? And having that is going to give you so much more ammo when you're on these sales calls or with your existing clients. Because even though you feel like you might have one specific offer right now that is working really well, you still need to be able to have that ammo in your pocket. So when you are getting good results for your clients, which you have been, the first thing you should be thinking about isn't, I'm so glad that I'm getting good results from my clients, believe it or not. It should be, here's what's coming next, Mr. Client, right? Because you're at the sweetest spot right now to upsell. And I promise you right now, your revenue, a lot of your revenue will come from having upsells. And you kind of got to see your agency clients like a tripwire, right? You might get them in at a lower ticket price, but you've got so many things that you can upsell them. So create that mind map and that will help you.
Definitely. But Sonny, I guess it's 9:30, so
what was that, Dan? What was that statistic you had the other week about upsells? Like 60% of your revenue or something stupid.
I think it was like 35% of our revenue, but
35,
like there's certain businesses that do even more than that just on their upsell specifically, right? So it is absolutely mental when you think about it. If you have a product or a service, and let's say your LTV of a customer is 7 fucking months, right? And it's 1K a month. Now you could look at that saying, well, okay, I make 7 grand off a client. Or you could say, I get them in for the first month for 1K and I up their retainer to 2K once I've started getting them results. And it was just a way to get them in the fucking door. And then all of a sudden you've doubled your LTV. Now, don't just think, by the way, and here's what I'm just going to contradict some of the things that have been said here for 2 seconds, right? Don't just think about cross-selling. It is a great way to do it, right? Don't just think, though, about offering landing pages and all of this. What else could you do? Question is to you, Sonny.
What is into what? Are you on about like?
What I'm
else
trying to
do you
say
do
is
to
when you're trying to
make revenue?
upsell if you're trying to upsell a specific client right now, and I'm saying to you, you can offer other things like I think it was up that said it, someone else, right? And that is 100% certain you can do that. But what else could you do if you didn't want to upsell another method of client acquisition for them or a fucking landing page? What else could you do?
So you're saying if you didn't want to sell them anything else, what could you do?
Yep.
Just
you can still upsell them. Sorry, what was that, Sub?
Did you say scale? Are you basically saying scaled ads?
Scale their ads, but your retainer goes up as you're dealing with more ad spend. You already said it.
Yeah, just before you joined.
Sorry, I was already off the call. But yeah, that's what you need to do. You need to focus on that type of shit. But I'll shut up now.
But yeah, I guess Sonny, I know.
That's my grilling over, is it, mate?
Is there anything else that you specifically wanted to cover?
What, me?
Yeah, do you know what? It's annoying. I fucked it up. We should do one today and then one another time because I feel like there's actually so much more.
Can you give me 2 more? Can you give me 2 more minutes? I just want to show you something quick.
Go for it.
Like you said about the extra qualification thing on the ads and stuff.
Yeah.
Give me 2 seconds. So we've got this running at the moment. So one's 50K, one's 20K. And then we've also...
Oh, he's gone. Brilliant.
Is this question here?
Sorry, bro, you completely cut out. So you got 50K, 20K.
Yeah, and then we got this question here. You're making at least 5K a month, if not click off.
Yeah, and how's that been working?
Yeah, to be fair, it has been, working a lot better. Obviously, leads price has gone up, but obviously it's a lot more qualified,
How much has the lead price been going up by?
Well, it was before, it was something stupid like £4 or £5, and now if you look, that's probably the most accurate figure on it. £7.64. So
this is what I would do. Naturally, the more qualified a lead gets, like the more quality a lead is that comes through your funnel, the more likely they are to book in a call and show up. I would actually aim to increase that number, believe it or not. So £7.64, and I'm not trying to be like controversial, be like, oh, look at me, like let's increase the cost per lead, let's be different. But joking apart, bro, like you need to understand how many shit leads are you getting, like what's the percentage of shit leads that you're getting right now, and based on your calendar, I'd say it's probably a lot. I'd probably say it's like 70%. Would you agree or not?
I think you're close. I think you're close. Like I wouldn't say 70%, maybe a bit less than that, but it could be like 50% to be honest. Like,
Cool.
you could be right there.
Even 50%. So that technically means your cost per qualified lead or quality lead is £15. So the problem with, and this is kind of like operations and with like fucking waste. I don't know if you guys know about like Kaizen and things like this. Learn at uni, believe it or not, something I actually learn. But there's a lot of like waste in your funnel at the moment, and the problem with waste is a waste of time as well. So the time on a setting call and the time waiting for the sales call, and before you know it, like for each shit lead, that's an extra 20 minutes, maybe even more out of your day. Does that make sense? So what you actually want to do is qualify the leads a lot more. The moment me and Dan started qualifying our leads a lot more, it felt like we got a bit of our life back. Like, as in we weren't spending as much time at the computer. And that's just purely because we started qualifying the leads a lot more. We weren't getting shit leads come through. And like I said, shit leads is a waste, and a waste is just a waste of time and efficiency. So, and you need to understand, okay, well, what is it in my ad that's bringing in these shit leads? Because there's something that you're doing that means these leads are signing up and they shouldn't be signing up. Maybe even having a question about like, oh, would you be willing to invest into an external service or something like that? And then what I'd also do, I don't know if you've like got an email set up. If someone signs up through their instant form, your first email should either be a case study breakdown explaining how you got John to however much, or it should be like a value proposition PDF sent over email. And if you go high level on the marketing section, marketing, emails, top templates, you can create a lovely looking email that breaks down something. And I think I've got to be a case study, or it's got to be like a value proposition as such. So the first thing they get a notification of when they sign up to your ad is a little notification that basically says, "Oh, it was your email being sent to them."
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, 100%.
Cool. Well, I think we'll leave it there. Just keep it fair and square for Nelson. But I guess, was that useful, bro?
Mate, that was fucking useful. Yeah.
Beautiful. That's nice to see.
Of course. I appreciate it, mate.